We are counting down the 7 castor oil brands most likely to irritate, congest, or even harm mature skin. These are high-risk products. From bargain hair oils never meant for your face to bulk blends hiding solvents, each entry raises a red flag for anyone with thinning or sensitive skin. These are not just low-quality products. Some can quietly set back your skin barrier for months and stay till the end for the brands that are actually safe for mature skin and will not clog, irritate, or damage it. Let us start the countdown with number 7. Superdrug BC and S Castor Hair Oil sits on many shelves as a budget solution for hair growth and scalp hydration. On the label, it is clear this oil is made for hair, not for delicate facial skin. The problem is not hidden ingredients or bold claims. It is the intent behind the formulation. Hair oils like this are typically thicker, designed to coat strands and lock in moisture for hours. When applied to mature skin, that same heavy texture can linger on the surface, trapping debris and blocking pores that are already slower to renew with age. Unlike oils specifically labeled for facial care, there is no assurance of cold-pressed extraction or hexane-free processing. Most bottles do not mention purity testing or skin compatibility at all. Even if the ingredient list only says castor oil, the lack of face-safe claims and the hair-focused marketing leave room for uncertainty. For adults with thinning, sensitive, or easily congested skin, substituting a hair oil like this on the face is a risk not worth taking. JML Original Black Castor Oil stands out for its deep color and its dense texture, a direct result of how it is made. Unlike standard cold-pressed castor oils, this black variant is produced by roasting the seeds before extraction. Roasting darkens the oil, gives it a smoky scent, and leaves tiny ash particles that thicken the final product. For hair, this heavier oil can coat strands and lock in moisture. But on mature facial skin, the story changes. The dense, sticky consistency sits on the surface much longer than lighter oils, making it difficult for thinning or slow-renewing skin to absorb. Any ash residue or extra thickness creates a film that can trap debris and block pores, raising the risk of congestion and dullness. The strong aroma signals the roasting process, but it is the altered texture that matters most for aging skin. A cold-pressed castor oil absorbs more cleanly, while roasted black castor oil lingers, making it a poor match for sensitive or mature faces. KT castor oil is found in countless online marketplaces, often at a price that seems too good. The real concern starts with the label, or rather what is missing from it. Unlike higher quality oils, KT castor oil rarely claims to be cold-pressed or hexane-free. There is no mention of organic certification, no batch number, and no certificate of analysis to verify purity. For mature skin, these omissions matter. Lack of transparency increases the risk. Low-cost oils are commonly solvent extracted, a process that uses chemicals like hexane to pull every last drop from the seed. While this boosts yield and keeps prices down, it can leave behind trace residues. On thinner, slower repairing skin, even tiny amounts of leftover solvent can linger, increasing the risk of irritation or dryness over time. Without clear extraction details or purity testing, there is no way to know what is really in the bottle. KT castor oil's bargain appeal comes at the cost of transparency and safety, making it a high-risk pick for anyone seeking gentle, reliable hydration. Ayumi Naturals pure castor oil appears on shelves in many countries, but what is inside the bottle is not always the same. Some batches are labeled as organic, while others make no such claim. Packaging can differ too. Most versions come in plastic bottles, though a handful of older listings mention glass. These inconsistencies raise questions about what mature skin is actually exposed to. Without a standard label across all regions, it is difficult to know if the oil inside is always cold-pressed, truly hexane-free, or if it meets organic certification standards. In the US and the UK, product listings often state 100% pure, cold-pressed castor oil and hexane-free. But not every bottle carries the USDA organic seal. In other markets, organic claims may be missing entirely, even though the branding and bottle look nearly identical. For mature or sensitive skin, this unpredictability matters. A bottle purchased from one retailer may be well suited for facial use, while another, lacking clear certification or batch testing, could contain trace solvents or impurities from cheaper extraction methods. Without third-party lab reports or batch codes to verify purity, consumers are left to trust whatever the current label says. For those seeking consistent, gentle hydration, it is essential to check every bottle for organic and cold-pressed claims, and to be wary of plastic packaging, which can further complicate purity. When the same brand can mean different things depending on where or when it is bought, mature skin faces an extra layer of risk. Blended oils like Superdrug BC and S Almond plus Castor Hair Oil combo enter the top 3 for a reason. This product isn't just castor oil, it's a mix, combining castor with almond oil to create a formula meant for thick, glossy hair. But what works for hair rarely translates well to mature facial skin. Almond oil, while known for its softening properties, ranks higher on the comedogenic scale than castor oil alone. That means it is more likely to sit on the surface, forming a greasy layer that resists absorption. On aging skin, where cell turnover can slow to nearly half the rate of younger skin, this residue lingers even longer. Pores that are already prone to congestion can quickly become blocked, especially when exposed to heavier blends night after night. The absorption rate of almond oil is slower than many lighter plant oils. Instead of soaking in cleanly, it leaves a film that traps not only moisture, but also dead skin cells and environmental debris. For mature skin, this buildup can lead to dullness and persistent breakouts that are slow to heal. The risk is not just theoretical. Cosmetic research shows that oils with a higher comedogenic index are linked to increased surface residue and pore blockage, especially in individuals over 40. Blends like this were never designed with facial physiology in mind. The compounded heaviness of castor and almond oil together significantly increases the risk of congestion, making this combo a poor choice for anyone seeking to keep mature skin clear, calm, and resilient. Unbranded bulk castor oils sold on major online marketplaces can be tempting for anyone looking for a bargain, but the risks behind these listings are rarely disclosed. Many of these oils arrive in plain bottles with no mention of origin, extraction method, or even a batch number. Sellers sometimes reuse packaging, filling bottles from larger drums with no traceable supply chain or no quality assurance. What is missing is just as important as what is inside. There is often no certificate of analysis, no third-party purity testing, and no way to verify whether the oil is cold-pressed or hexane-free. For mature skin, this lack of transparency opens the door to a range of hazards. Without proper certification, these oils may contain more than castor oil. Microbial contamination is a real possibility when hygiene standards are unknown. And heavy metals can seep in if seeds are grown in polluted soil or processed with outdated equipment. Unlike regulated skincare products, bulk oils shipped by anonymous sellers are not subject to routine safety checks. Even basic details such as whether the oil is fresh or oxidized are impossible to confirm without a lot number or an expiration date. For someone with thinning, sensitive skin, exposure to bacteria or trace toxins can trigger lingering irritation or slow-to-heal breakouts. Unbranded oils also carry a higher risk of counterfeit or adulterated products. Some sellers stretch their supply by diluting castor oil with lower-cost vegetable oils, which can clog pores or provoke allergic reactions. The absence of clear labeling means buyers have no reliable way to know what they are actually putting on their skin. As mature skin becomes less resilient to outside stressors, the gamble of using an unverified bulk oil becomes increasingly dangerous. When purity and safety are left to chance, the consequences can last far longer than a single application. Castor oil stored in plastic bottles stands out as the single most universal risk for mature skin, regardless of brand or price point. The problem is not the oil itself, it is what happens inside the bottle over time. Plastic packaging, especially clear or thin-walled bottles, allows subtle chemical migration. Oils are naturally adept at drawing out plasticizers like phthalates and BPA, chemicals used to make plastic flexible and durable. These compounds are not meant for skin contact, and research on edible oils confirms they can leach into the product, especially when stored for months or exposed to warmth and light. For mature skin, this matters more than ever. Mature skin is thinner and slower to recover from irritation, so even trace amounts of leached chemicals can linger on the surface, increasing the chance of inflammation, redness, or breakouts that are slow to heal. Unlike glass, plastic also allows air and light to pass through more easily, accelerating oxidation. As castor oil oxidizes, it becomes less stable. It loses its natural benefits and can develop compounds that further irritate sensitive skin. Over time, the oil may thicken, darken, or develop an off smell, clear signs of degradation that often go unnoticed until the oil is already on the skin. Amber glass bottles offer a far safer alternative. Glass is inert, which means it will not interact with the oil or contribute unwanted chemicals. Amber tint blocks ultraviolet light and helps protect the oil from breakdown. This is why the most reputable brands package their castor oil in amber glass, ensuring both purity and potency are preserved from the first drop to the last. For anyone with mature skin, choosing castor oil in glass packaging is not just a matter of preference. It is a critical step in avoiding unnecessary exposure to irritants and in maintaining the oil's natural benefits. No matter how pure or organic the oil claims to be, plastic packaging puts every user at risk. Mature skin deserves the extra protection that only glass can provide. Heritage Store Organic Castor Oil stands out for its simplicity and commitment to purity. The ingredient list contains just one thing: 100% pure castor oil, cold-pressed from Ricinus communis seeds. No fragrance, no fillers, and no hidden blends. Just the oil itself preserved in an amber glass bottle to guard against light and air. This method of extraction avoids the use of chemical solvents entirely, so there are no trace residues left behind. Cold pressing keeps the natural structure of ricinoleic acid intact, which is the fatty acid responsible for castor oil's deep moisturizing and barrier-supporting qualities. For mature skin, this means the oil can deliver hydration without introducing unnecessary irritants, heavy textures, or pore-clogging additives. Glass packaging isn't just a cosmetic choice, it is a practical one. Unlike plastic, glass doesn't leach chemicals into the oil over time, and the amber tint protects against UV rays that can degrade the oil's beneficial properties. Heritage Store's formula is bottled with skin use in mind, not just hair or lashes. That is why the label makes a clear point of stating its suitability for facial application, and why many dermatologists recommend it for adults with sensitive, thinning, or easily irritated skin. The oil's viscosity is balanced, thick enough to seal in moisture, but not so dense that it lingers on the surface or clogs pores. Every bottle is batch tested for purity, and the absence of added fragrance means there is less risk of allergic reactions or unnecessary irritation, an important consideration for mature skin that heals more slowly. The focus on minimal processing ensures that each drop delivers the full spectrum of natural fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins that aging skin craves. For anyone looking to make a safe, effective switch, Heritage Store Organic Castor Oil offers a straightforward solution: pure hydration with nothing extra to complicate the results. Pura D'or Organic Castor Oil brings an extra layer of trust to the table. Certification. Each bottle carries the USDA organic seal, which means the oil comes from castor seeds grown without synthetic pesticides or chemical fertilizers. This third-party certification is not just a marketing badge, it is a guarantee that the oil inside has met strict standards for purity and environmental responsibility. For mature skin, this matters. Pesticide residues and harsh solvent traces are more likely to irritate thinner, slower healing skin. So the assurance of organic farming and careful processing reduces the risk of hidden irritants making their way onto your face. Transparency runs through every part of the Pura D'or process. The company provides clear sourcing information and batch numbers, and unlike many generic brands, invites questions about its supply chain. Each bottle is cold-pressed and hexane-free, and what sets it apart is the attention to controlled use. Most sizes come with a dosing applicator or dropper. This simple tool helps prevent over-application, which is crucial for mature skin that benefits from a thin, even layer rather than a heavy coating. Too much oil, even when pure and organic, can overwhelm slow-renewing skin, leading to residue and congestion. The dropper makes it easy to use just what is needed. No more, no less. The oil itself is thick but not sticky, absorbing at a pace that suits delicate, aging skin. Without fillers, fragrance, or carrier blends, there is less chance of allergic reactions or pore blockage. The bottle is glass, not plastic, preserving the oil's quality and preventing unwanted chemicals from leaching in. Pura D'or's commitment to certification and user control makes it a dependable choice for anyone seeking gentle, predictable hydration. For adults who want their skincare to be as transparent as it is effective, this certified organic oil offers peace with every drop. SVA Organics. Castor oil brings a different kind of reassurance for anyone worried about hidden chemicals in their skincare. Right on the label, it spells out what matters most for sensitive, aging skin: hexane-free. This is not just a marketing phrase. It is a direct promise that no chemical solvents were used at any step of the extraction process. Instead, SVA Organics relies on cold pressing, a mechanical method that preserves the oil's natural fatty acids and antioxidants without introducing residues that can linger on the skin. The cold-pressed process helps keep the oil's beneficial components intact while avoiding solvent residues. For adults who have struggled with irritation or dryness from other oils, this detail is more than comfort. It is a deciding factor. Solvent-extracted oils, even with low residue levels, can provoke reactions on thinner, slower-healing skin. By choosing a product that is explicitly hexane-free, users avoid the primary source of concern around castor oil safety. The cold-pressed process keeps the oil's texture lighter, so it sits well on mature skin, hydrating without leaving a heavy film or causing congestion. SVA Organics also packages its oil in glass, a choice that protects the contents from plastic leaching and from light exposure. There are no added fragrances or carrier oils, just pure castor oil, designed for skin use from the start. The clarity around sourcing and processing sets this brand apart from generic or bulk options. Every bottle is traceable, with batch numbers and clear labeling that allow users to verify exactly what they are applying. For anyone seeking a castor oil that addresses solvent concerns head-on while delivering gentle, effective hydration, SVA Organics stands out as a safe, reliable pick, completing the trio of mature skin-friendly options. Across all 10 brands, one pattern stands out. Purity and transparency aren't optional for mature skin. They are essential. Low-quality castor oils exploit shortcuts that fragile skin can't afford. In a market crowded with hidden risks, the difference between healing and harm is in the details. Choosing wisely isn't just self-care, it's self-protection. Thanks for watching, and let us know your experiences with castor oil in the comments below.